The biggest announcements in banana ball history.
With the first football stadium.
The first ever NFL stadium. Unlike anything the world has ever seen.
Newest banana ball team, the Texas Tailgaters. For the first time ever, all new LED lights, AstroTurf game field, Daktronics video board.
Savannah Bananas are heading to Yankee Stadium. And for more fans than ever before.
Over 2 million fans got 4 different headlining tours. More fans than ever before.
This is the greatest tour announcement in sports.
Hello and welcome in Banana Ball 2025 World Tour City Draft post-draft show. I'm Sam Bauman. I'm joined by the man in the yellow tux, the man behind Banana Ball itself, Jesse Cole. Jesse, pretty big night for the future of Banana Ball. 2 million fans, 3 football stadiums, 18 MLB parks, 36 games there, a new team, a championship series, future of a new league. How do we encapsulate what just happened out here?
I think every year we try to go a little bit bigger, but tonight we threw everything out, and that's what our fans are looking for. They are expecting the craziness, the unexpected, the big announcements. And so, I mean, last year to announce major league stadiums and a new team, what are you going to do this year? And so might as well go to football stadiums, announce a new league, another new team, and then triple the amount of major league stadiums.
Yeah, all in the day's work there. Jesse, I know we call it World Tour. I want to get that out of the way real quick. I looked at the schedule. All these games are here in the United States. World Tour, though?
We've got a lot of criticism on that since day one, but we started with a one-city world tour in Mobile, Alabama, and it was kind of a joke, but we had a big vision of where we are going to go, and that is the world. And yes, we're not there yet. We are going to go there, but also we have fans come from all over the world to all of our games. And so we're going to keep dreaming big, keep calling it a world tour, and eventually people will see us all over the world. Well,
speaking of big things, and it's hard to pick the biggest thing that we found out tonight, obviously, but probably right up there is those football stadiums we're going to. Football stadiums are meant for football, Jesse. How are we bringing Banana Ball into these? And how are we filling 80, 70, 75,000 people into these stadiums?
We have no idea. No, I think that's literally how we start everything. We had no idea how to do a one-city world tour. We had no idea how to do major league stadiums. We had no idea how to travel around the country. We had no idea how to launch an all-you-can-eat stadium. We had no idea to do any of this. We had a vision of what you could make with Banana Ball and create an experience that no one's ever seen before. And when you look at football stadiums, some of the best, most electric atmospheres in all of sports. Well, some people are saying Banana Ball is creating a similar atmosphere. So why don't we bring that to a football stadium? And so, yes, it's going to be challenging. It's going to be hard. And we have no idea how we're going to pull it off. But we have a vision, and we'll find a way. And yes, the dimensions are going to be crazy. You know, at Clemson, 190 feet down the left field line. Sam, you could hit a home run at Clemson.
I appreciate that.
Yes. But the reality is, I think the fans get an opportunity to see something they've never seen before. And I believe it's going to be an outstanding and an amazing atmosphere.
Now, of course, the big thing last year was getting into those MLB ballparks. And let's not skirt aside this. That was challenging to get into 6 MLB ballparks, and then to prove ourselves at those MLB ballparks this year, and then to triple the amount we're going to. What did we do right? Or what did we not mess up?
Well, when you have fan support, you're able to learn faster because they show you the way. And our fans showed us the way. If there was only 1,000 people or 5,000 people or 10,000 people, we wouldn't learn as much. With 45,000 people at these major league stadiums, we're getting to see the biggest atmosphere and see, all right, what's going to go wrong? It's the ultimate stress test. You know, we are getting that ultimate stress test. So I think for us, we learned on the operation. You know, when we first started, we had this vision of having open seating at all of our stadiums because we want to get fans to be able to get the best seats that get there early. And at our first major league stadium, it didn't work. It didn't work. You know, it was too crazy. It was too chaos. But we were able to switch quickly. And by Fenway Park, we went to reserved, and all the fans were still there early, enjoying the experience, and we learned, we adapted. And so with that first football stadium in Clemson, we have a vision, we have an idea, and we're going to learn fast. But more than anything, for the fans, they're going to see something that is just so special. I mean, you don't play baseball games at football stadiums.
No. Yeah.
Probably for a reason. But 81,000 people watching Banana Ball, no one would ever imagine that.
Jesse, looking behind closed doors, what are these conversations like to get into football stadiums, to get into more MLB ballparks? How are these conversations unfolding?
There's a lot of questions in the beginning. And, people don't know what goes into this. Clemson, it's been over a year and a half of conversations. What's crazy, here's a story about Clemson that no one knows.
Yeah.
Their head baseball coach was the head baseball coach at University of Michigan. And he became a banana ball fan. And he started playing banana ball games every fall with his players. He said the players enjoyed it. They got excited for the scrimmages. They showed up early. They were fired up. And he's like, so I went to Clemson and I started playing banana ball, and our players loved it. And so he's like, well, what if I just reach out? He reached out to me about the idea, and he said, what if we play banana ball at our Death Valley? I said, I'm listening. And it went into conversation after conversation after conversation. And we said, well, what if? What would it take to make this happen? And a lot of things had to happen. They're going to put a whole baseball field in that stadium. They're going to literally carve out and put in dirt and sod and a mound and do that. That's a lot of work. But they have the vision, say, well, what if 81,000 people come to watch the first ever banana ball game at a football stadium? That's going to be a pretty special moment.
Jesse, now we are always excited to find out, to tell people where we are going on these world tours. And sometimes the criticism comes back, oh, you guys have turned your back on Savannah. You've turned your back on Grayson Stadium, where it started. How do you respond to people who say, well, you guys don't. You're just excited about what's out there?
We've been criticized since day one. When we first showed up, we only sold a handful of tickets. I remember being thrown out of meetings, hung up on. It was tough. And then, obviously, when we named the team, we were ripped apart. The owner should be thrown out of town. Whoever came with his name should be fired. You'll never sell a ticket. Whenever you do something that's different, you're going to get criticized. And so in Savannah, when we started taking this game all over the country, that's not what a baseball team is supposed to do. They stay in their city. Mm-hmm. That's their home. And so there's been a lot of criticism, and I understand it. But I don't know what else we can do to show our commitment to the city. We're playing 30-plus games here. We've invested millions of dollars into the stadium. And next year, we're getting ready to celebrate the 100th anniversary of this ballpark. You don't think we look around and say, wow, how many stadiums are standing, and not only standing, but thriving 100 years? And this one, Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, Lou Gehrig, Mickey Mantle, Ted Williams all played here. We have a responsibility to deliver the best possible experience. And so we are committed to this city and this ballpark, and I can't wait to see what people are going to see in the next few years as we continue to try to deliver the best possible banana ball experience.
And speaking of commitment and that best possible experience, it seems like we are trying to put that right out in front of them with some of these new renovations being made, which I imagine not easy to get this stuff done. And a historic ballpark. You talk about the history of this ballpark, who's played here, keeping that alive, right?
Yeah, but, again, I think if you look back at all the fans that came here in 1930s, 1940s, 1950s to be able to play here, they would want people to still be playing here, whatever it takes. And so when you look at the AstroTurf, the opportunity in an old field 100 years to be able to keep that at a top-level shape, play year-round, it's huge. And then for banana ball, the amount of trick plays people are going to see, the amount of entertainment, that things that we can do that we couldn't do on a regular field is going to be special. And then the lights and the video board, it is just going to add to the show. So we have a responsibility to continue to enhance this stadium for the fans in the years to come. And I think between the lights, the video board, the AstroTurf, you ain't seen nothing yet here in Savannah.
Fair to say, not cheap, Jesse?
Yes. So, well, it's not even just that. Yeah. Think about this. We're here tonight, October 3rd. Our players arrive for spring training in January.
Yeah.
We have 3 months. New turf, video board, and lights.
Easy.
That's almost impossible. But again, when we find a way and we say, this is what we need to happen, everyone can work together and have a bigger vision. And so we're hoping for the best, but we know we're going to get it done, but it's going to come down to the wire. And that's how almost everything happens here in Banana Land.
That's right. We like when things go down to the wire, go down to the showdown for you. Jesse, of course, talked a lot about bananas, where they're going, where this tour is going. Some more exciting news for the Party Animals as well. Another headlining tour. We actually spoke with Party Animals head coach Mike Vivacis a little bit earlier on reaction about kind of what he's looking forward to. Let's take a listen.
You know, it's great not only for the organization, but also for our brand as the Party Animals. We're trying to grow this brand. We're trying to show what we can do, what we can bring to the stage in any stadium, any area. So it's huge just for all of us to grow as a company and to see our brand really skyrocket.
We talk about that brand, Jesse. A lot of people just know the bananas, or that's what they think of when they think of this organization. We've been flipping the script on that. Is this a pat on the back for how they did this year? What's backing this?
In December of 2015, there were 2 days where we went back and forth, and we said, what if we became the Party Animals? And we were very close to saying, what if we became that team? Because we saw it could be such a fun brand. We made the decision with the bands, and we knew if we were going to have another team, we were going to the Party Animals. And to see tonight the response, as soon as they came out over and ran out onto the stage, everyone was standing. And it shows you what that brand is and how much it resonates with people and how hard they've worked over the last 3 years to create fans. They are ready for this headlining tour. And for the 9 cities they're going to go to, they are not only going to sell them out, they are going to create lifelong fans. And so I believe in this brand, and I believe that there's going to be a future where they sell out major league stadiums. And again, it takes time. It's hard. It's not easy. You have to be committed to the fans. But not only after they ran on stage in the post-game plaza party, when Party Down was playing, and the Party Animals ran out in front and are dancing, hundreds of fans joined them. That shows a lot and makes me very, very confident and excited about the future of Banana Ball and especially the Party Animals.
Certainly a whole lot of love for the boys in pink there. Was there fear, though, last year, giving them this headlining tour and kind of saying, are fans going to show up? Are they going to buy in if the Bananas aren't here?
Yes. And tickets were harder to sell. We sold out all the games, but it was harder to sell. Everyone compares everything to the Bananas. Well, as Theodore Roosevelt said, comparison is the thief of joy. We can't compare. They are 2 separate brands. It took the Bananas 9 years to sell out major league stadiums. 9 years. And so the Party Animals now to be playing in front of hundreds of thousands of fans. They are on the fast track. It just takes time. And so, yes, there was a fear going into it. But you learn by doing, and you just start. You say, we're going to commit to this, and we're going to see what happens, and we're going to learn. And the Party Animals are doing a better job than we could ever imagine.
And let's take a look at that tour a little more specifically, too. Headlining, but also we noticed a certain theme there on the second half of their tour with those stops they're specifically making back to back to back there on the second half of the tour, Jesse.
There's going to be a point where someone's going to look back and look at all the places that we played and the decisions that we made, and they say, oh, now it all makes sense. People don't realize, you think about people playing chess, and you look at the next move, and the player looks at the next move. Well, the greatest chess players see the whole chessboard. If you zoom out, we have a much bigger vision for every team on where they're playing and what we're testing. And some things we test don't work, but some things do. LSU this past year worked really well, and you could feel the energy in the atmosphere. So Party Animals, it seems like a pretty good college brand to me. There's an opportunity there. And that's the way we look with every team. It may not work, but it may work. And so that's an opportunity to create more fans. So that's a theme. And then everywhere else is how do you bring the party to other states and places that people have never seen it before. Michigan, Minnesota, there's a demand that we're going to test and see what we're looking for, like for the future of Banana Ball.
And we talk about testing out new things. Last year, again, testing out something new by bringing on this new team, the Firefighters. And this year, in just their second year, Jesse, a headlining tour. I know you said there was some hesitation last year with the Party Animals getting a headliner. Any hesitation with the Firefighters? Did you feel like you saw enough of a response this past year to say, oh, they can do this?
Oh, yes, 100%. The Party Animals started in 2020, and then we started doing more games, 21, 22, 23, and 24, where they had their own headlining tour. The Firefighters might be the only team that's ever been introduced and no one ever booed or criticized them in the history. I actually never expected that, but who's going to boo a firefighter? And so the response was unbelievable. And so we've already seen with them playing other games this year that when they score, the crowd goes nuts. When they put the ladder up and they go up and go crazy, the crowd goes nuts. When they honor the firefighter, the crowd goes nuts. I look at my son, a 6-year-old, loves Firefighters. That's the shirt that he wears. And so you can see the goal was to build an all-American brand, to honor and to tribute to the firefighters all over the country. So that's one of the reasons why they played in D.C. this past year. Nation's capital, all-American team. And there's a reason where they're playing this year. And so we're all trying to do those tests. But, man, I think the Firefighters are ready. I think they're going to build more fans than people could think about, because the reality is, how are you going to root against the Firefighters? It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
They're like, Firefighters, boo. It's just not.
You're right.
And so I think that it's a great brand, and I'm really proud of what they have done to build that brand over this past year.
Well, we do have a new brand just announced tonight in the Texas Tailgaters. I know you're excited to talk about this, and we got to talk to a man we were introduced to tonight as well a little bit earlier, and Jason Arndt, talented musician. People excited to see him play the game as well. Let's hear what he had to say about this Texas Tailgater team.
It's exciting to see where this organization can go, where this team can go, and you guys can expect the best pregame in sports.
Best pregame in sports. That's something to look forward to. Jesse, Savannah Bananas, Party Animals, Firefighters, Texas Tailgaters. Texas Tailgaters. Can we elaborate?
You caught that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm pretty quick. No, I've been around for a little bit. Can we? Are they in Texas? Are they moving there? What was behind the decision making to say, hey, we're gonna put a state on this team?
In 2023, we played our first game in Texas in Sugar Land. We had over 100,000 plus people join the wait list. We played in Houston this year, and it was our highest number on the wait list and the lottery list. Our most K Club members, Texas, right up there. There's a huge demand for banana ball in Texas. And obviously, in the biggest states and the amount of markets and the amount of places that we can play, it's a great state for the game of banana ball. But then the brand is another perfect brand, we think, because when you think of banana ball and fun and partying and enjoying the experience, you've got the party animals, doing the post-game plaza party. But tailgating is a big part of Texas.
Oh, yeah.
And Jason, who was a great Division I ball player and also a tremendous singer, to be a part of this and be Jason Arndt and the Tailgaters and sing, was a perfect person to introduce this group and where it's going to go. And again, we don't know anything until we start. But what we announced, Frisco, Round Rock, and San Antonio. And they are headlining in their first year.
Yeah.
That may be the biggest test we have this year, even more so than football stadiums. Their brand was just built tonight.
Mm-hmm. And
so now we have to really build that brand, get people excited, and I think it was a pretty good response.
It was a party out there, pre-game and during the game there too, or the draft. When we're looking at the Tailgaters, you mentioned the headlining the first time around here. Obviously, we're starting with them not physically in Texas. A lot of their games in Texas. What do they need to do? What does maybe our Texas fans out there need to do to make them? Do we think about them packing bags, moving out that way?
I think there's a world where we could have hubs, and but I think for banana ball, we never want it to be at just one stadium. Savannah, the Bananas have built that, but we think we want to build fans all over the state of Texas. You have so many cities in Texas that have minor league stadiums. You have 2 major league stadiums. You have amazing football stadiums. There are so many places that can go, and people getting an opportunity to see banana ball. The biggest thing we hear is, you didn't come to my city, or we didn't get a chance to see it, or tickets were sold out. Well, by building a team in a market or a state, you can say, hey, we can move around that. But what if all of Texas is rooting for the Tailgaters? What if? And I think those are the things that we will test this year to see Round Rock, Frisco, San Antonio, or when they play in Houston as the away team, what's the response? And we're going to learn a lot pretty quickly.
Well, Jesse, that Tailgaters mark the 4th team, and obviously that gives us good numbers to do what we talked about there in the draft tonight, is have this tour championship to wrap up our next tour. And we talked with our head coach of the Bananas, Tyler Gillum, about this, obviously sparking a little extra competition in the guys. So we wanted to get feedback from the coach. Let's take a listen here.
The championship tour mentality is going to be absolutely electric. You're thinking about taking banana ball to the next level, and that's going to be all about being competitive and adding the entertainment to the competitiveness. Everybody's going to be fired up to dogpile at the end of 2025.
A lot of excitement here in-house about that. I know that for sure. Outside, people might say, oh, it's like the Globetrotters starting a league. How does that last? How's that sustainable?
Well, what if the Globetrotters started a league? Back in the 1930s, the 1940s, they were the most popular team in sports. They sold 75,000 tickets in Berlin. They sold out Madison Square Garden. Wilt Chamberlain played for the Globetrotters before he played for the Lakers. They traveled around the world. They were more well-known than anyone. But then they said, hey, we're going to do the same show. We're going to keep growing this. And they're going on 100+ years. That's a huge success story. But the NBA learned a lot from the Globetrotters. All the flair, all the excitement in the NBA, the most popular basketball league in the world. And so we look at this as we are not the Globetrotters. We understand the comparison. But we've seen this game of banana ball and even when what people call exhibition games.
Sure.
Go down to the wire, thrilling finishes, showdowns, almost every game coming down to the last inning, and the whole stadium's standing. And we're like, if this is the response for games that quote-unquote don't even matter in standings, what would happen with a tour championship? And then what would happen with the league? And so I think all of us, we've worked so hard to really build this game and create attention and create excitement, but no one's seen anything yet. When you have stakes on the line in a showdown, or at the end of the game and people are going, one of the players, is he going to go for the backflip catch, or is he just going to try to catch it?
Yeah.
Because catching a ball at a backflip to win a game in a championship, there's nothing better. And so those are the things that I'm excited to see when the stakes are even higher. And I think we're going to have a lot of different interests, and you're going to have ballparks that are cheering loud for one team, cheering loud for the other team, and it's going to be unbelievable. And I can't wait to see it.
I talk about adding these stakes, obviously. Their games before the Tour Championship matter for seeding.
Yep.
Those games in the Tour Championship obviously matter maybe a little more. Maybe that's in the back of their mind. How do you balance that now when you get to a situation where you've got stakes? You talk about, oh, maybe do I just make the catch? Do I backflip? And entertainment. We've got entertainment players, too. Does it change coaching strategy, do you think? And do you worry that entertainment might get pulled back from this?
That's a definite concern. I mean, I think everyone thinks about that. But I think about at the end of the game, fans will know you by the amazing catches, by the hits, and not by the misses. D.R. Meadows, Cooperstown, the final game of the tour, 2023. Whoever won this game, through credit, won the tour.
Yeah.
And went down to the wire. He went for a backflip early in the game, missed it, went off his head. The next play, he went for the backflip, and he caught it. That's how you build heroes in this sport. And imagine in 3, 4, 5 years, at the Banana Bowl Championship,
Here we go.
there's a game, and it comes down to that same exact play. What do you want to be known for? And I would expect, and I get to know our players, they're going to go for it, and that's going to be pretty exciting to watch.
Well, Jesse, this final thing here is a goosebump moment for me, and I knew it was coming when we look at the Banana Ball Championship League. And it's not too often that you give secrets away, especially this early. So to reveal this, to let people know this is the direction we are going, there's intentionality in that. And I mean, is this building? Is this just trying? Are we building excitement to 2026 to reveal something this early? It's not something you commonly do, Jess. We don't even know what you're doing tomorrow half the time.
I think we went early on purpose, and we announced we're going to have 6 teams in 2026. So in the next 12 months, there's going to be 2 new teams revealed, and we want excitement all over the country. Who's going to get the next Banana Ball team? What's that going to look like? And for people to understand that we're building towards something. It's not just another, hey, here they come, they're going to do their entertainment, they're going to do dance. We're still going to bring that every night. But we're building towards something. And I think fans want to go on that journey. We've been on an amazing journey for 9 years, and we're still getting started. But that journey is just beginning. And that league is a jump no one would expect. And we're making it. And the fans have wanted these competitive stakes. So we're going to announce it now. And over the next 12 months, stay tuned, because there's going to be bigger announcements than even tonight about what's to come with Banana Ball.
Jesse, the future always bright in Banana Ball. On a night like tonight, it's easy to get the goosebumps, to get excited about it. A lot of work goes into this. A lot of work still left to do. After a night like tonight, where are you sitting right now?
Hopefully in a bed very soon. But we do work very hard. And this organization, to come from just a few people to have hundreds now, and the care factor that everyone has for the fans, I'm as proud of the organization, and that's everyone on our team, for everything they put in, not just the players, not just the cast, but the behind the scenes. And that's why we're here today. All the videos that people see, all the merchandise that people see, all the food that we serve here, all the operations, that's it. That's what goes into it. And so a lot of the people are the unsung heroes in this organization, and that's what I'm most proud about, because this will succeed and continue to win by the care factor of our team. And I see people that care more than anyone else, and that's why our fans are getting to experience this show all over the country. So I'm proud. I'm going to get some rest. It was, for me, it was the most action-packed day, a lot on the line, and I'm so proud of the team for nailing it. And I couldn't be more excited for Banana Ball, the organization, and for all the fans, because we're working hard for you, and you're about to get a heck of a show.
Jesse, thanks for giving us some of your time and giving us, I think, the very last bit that your voice had to offer after a long day like this. Certainly a night to remember here in Banana Land, as they almost always are. That's going to do it for our Banana Ball 2025 World Tour City Draft post-draft show. You know all we know. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for watching. If you want more content, you could
Click this video right up here, or you can check out the video over here. See you later!
All right, guys, that's enough. My ears hurt. That's seriously, please stop. It's over. It's done.